I got these one-of-a-kind skeins in the mail yesterday, and I'm super excited. But what do you do with one-of-a-kind yarn? I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to use this amazing yarn. If you found my content fun and inspirational, please hit subscribe so you never miss out on the fun and entertainment. I am so excited to get these in the mail. Madeline Tosh, one of my favorite hand dyers, and they are local to my state in Texas, had a sale on one-of-a-kind skeins of yarn. And oh my goodness, just beautiful. I don't know. They picked them to go together. I just think that they work so good together. Um, I got a wool cotton that I've never tried before and a merino light. This is one of my favorites to work with. It's really soft. It's a single ply, super thin, and just beautiful. I'm so excited. But at the same time, I'm slightly confused. This is a total surprise. I did not know I was going to get a beautiful blue or this beautiful goldenrod yellow, and not usually colors that I would ever choose. It was totally a surprise. So what do I do with this yarn now that I have it and I really want to use it, but have no idea what I'm going to do? First, what is a one of a kind hand spun yarn? So sometimes when they are hand dyeing their yarns, they have a certain lineup of colors that they want to produce. And occasionally there's a skein of yarn that doesn't quite meet their expectations. And so they truly are one of a kind. The dye might be off just a little, the colors might be off just a little. Even though every hand dyed yarn truly is unique because of the way the dye is set and where the speckles are or stuff like that. These are just a little slightly more unique. And you couldn't use this one, say, with others of its intended color line because it wouldn't look right. So what the hand dyer does is they collect a bunch of these and then usually sell them at a little bit of a discount. And Madeline Tosh usually doesn't have a whole bunch of these, but they are having a sale that just recently ended, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna grab a few because they're always kind of fun to think about, and the uniqueness of them I think pairs really well with a hand spun yarn, which sometimes it's super unique and full of character. And sometimes I like to blend the two together, and I only need one skein of yarn. So that's my tip number one is that these unique one of a kind skeins of yarn go really great with hand spun yarn. Um, you got 4 ounces of your hand spun single ply yarn. You've got a really great super fine or this one is light yarn that you can knit with it and maybe do some stripes or a pattern. I think that the hand dyed yarn that's been commercially processed gives a little bit more strength and stability to the pattern, instead of having all those bumps and twists, and that really there's a lot of texture there, and so this kind of evens out that texture, and so I really like that when I combine the two together. Another tip for this type of yarn is to make a one skein project. A hat. This one would make a really great hat, and or probably not a pair of socks because it is merino light. You want something that has a little bit of that nylon in it, but you could do mittens, socks, hat. They even have patterns for little shawlettes of the smaller size. You could make a smaller scarf. So there's a lot you can do with this. This one probably not so much just because does have that cotton in it, although it is really soft. Um, it would make a really good shawlette. So you could do a one skein project. Now, my last suggestion, I think, is my favorite. And what I hope to do in the future as I kind of build a collection of these, although I might use these before I have my collection. But anyway, you could collect 3 or 4 one of a kind skeins of yarn that maybe are all in the same color palette, or they're all cools, and you can actually develop a fade, which is kind of cool. So I've used this technique in my blessings wrap, where I've started with kind of a lighter green, more speckly with other colors in it, gone to more 50-50 green and speckles. And then my last color is going to be very green. And so it'll produce this very beautiful fade effect. And I think that you could also do it with something like this. If you had three or four um, all of the same merino light, and they were all maybe different shades of blue that would look really pretty. Um, so, or maybe in a cools, start with maybe a pink and a blue and a purple, something like that would be really pretty. So, there's three tips for how you can use those one of a kind skeins of yarn. I hope you go out and have fun making today.